Hey guys, welcome back. Alright, so today we're going to do a Divine Counterpart check-in. Let's see what's going on for the Divine Counterparts. I hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend. I'm sure for a lot of you it'll be Sunday when you're seeing this. It's a Monday morning here in Australia. I had a huge week last week. I've got another big week this week, so we'll see when I can get another video to you guys during the week. George and I last night went and saw Glass Animals. We loved Glass Animals. It was an awesome show. Awesome. I see what's going on in the Divine Counterpart connections at this time. This is the After Tarot that I'm using. Sorry about that, they're doing construction across the road. Okay, Two of Pentacles. So it seems like both are juggling some things in their life. Making adjustments though. Making adjustments so that things can move forward in a really balanced yet successful way. We love to see that. So this is like the energy I'm getting from this is like both are really focused on making sure that they're maintaining I'm hearing time management, so they're managing their time. Let's do this again. So they're really managing their time so that things can not only run smoothly, but so that they can balance everything in their life and have time for new and old endeavors. Wow. Okay. So they're trying to, okay, so both counterparts are really trying to prioritize both of the old commitments and old things that are like, when I say old, I mean things that are already in their life, like jobs that they may have, commitments that they may have already made, like, and when I say commitments, I don't mean like romantic commitments, I mean like, you told a friend that you'd help them once a week, like that kind of thing, as well as new things that are coming in. Yesterday, I impulsively signed up for a course to further my studies, whilst I'm also undertaking a new project. So, and you know what? I say impulsively, but if any of you guys know or are familiar with human design, I'm a manifesting generator, so doing things like that, making impulsive decisions is what I'm supposed to do. It's my path. So, and juggling more than one thing at once is how I thrive. I think I've noticed over the last 6 months, I thrive better when I have multiple things that I can turn to. Otherwise, I get bored really, really easily. I become complacent. And I really struggle to do anything. And I think it's because I end up growing really sick and tired of the thing that I am focusing on. So I need different points of to put my attention, and that feels the best to me. What was I going to say? Okay, so we've got the Three of Swords that's come out, and the Magician. So self-mastery over triggers, self-mastery over pain, self-mastery over trauma. Ooh, okay. This feels a little bit separate to the first row of cards, although it is intertwined. It feels like they're talking about, like Spirit's wanting to talk about something different here. So let's see. So what's going on in the connections right now is, as well, is there's a certain level of self-mastery over traumas and triggers. And we've got the Seven of Swords, so no longer turning a blind eye to inner work. No longer ignoring the pain, or ignoring the inner work, or ignoring the trauma. Okay, the Hierophant. Yeah, no longer looking to like what and and this is what's happening on, like, for both of you, so whether you're a divine masculine or a divine feminine, doesn't matter. You're both really focused on you've mastered the self in some kind of way, where you're no longer denying or pretending that the pain and the trauma and the hurt and whatever doesn't exist. You've acknowledged it for real, on some level. I heard for real, and no longer looking at like the way that you should be acting or the way that you should be dealing with things, or you know society's standards. You don't. It's not taught to delve into trauma. It's not taught to be aware of trauma. Things like that. Having those honest conversations and no longer sort of trying to get away from having those deeper conversations. I feel like, and this is really interesting. Yeah, look at this, Ace of Swords. This is really interesting because last night on the car ride home, we had an hour and a half, and me and my masculine, we talked about a lot of stuff that we wouldn't have talked about had we not had the opportunity to go to the concert. And like for once I was driving, so he's usually driving and he's usually zoned out. We usually listen to music, but we didn't really listen to music the whole way home. We talked the whole way home, and that was really special to me. And then to be able to have those deeper conversations that we used to have. So I feel like now things can sort of move forward in a way. I feel like he definitely opened up about some things that I had no idea he was considering embarking on, things like that, which, I'm really happy to. It really felt like a check-in. It felt like hey, like, how are you actually doing? Like, how are you dealing with life? What's going on? Especially because my masculine can get, and I know a lot of the masculines can really get stuck in their minds and get stuck in their head about certain things, and they sort of just like keep it in based on societal standards. Like they're not, and we even had that discussion last night where he said, because he doesn't really have much of a relationship with his dad. He said, I don't feel like I'm missing out on having a relationship with him because the relationship I had with him wasn't great. And I said, did you feel like you were missing out on having a relationship with your, like, a father at all? And he goes, yeah, but I don't miss what I had. He goes, with you have fond memories of your dad. So I feel like it would have been a lot harder for you to, been estranged from him for 12 years. And I said, yeah, I can understand that. And anyway, I said, okay, well, so what about your mum? Like, did you have those conversations with your mum? And he goes, well, no. And I said, so that's why you internalize everything. He goes, yeah. He goes, actually, you're right. I said, okay, well, there's nothing wrong with you wanting to sort things out on your own, but just know that no one human, no matter how you've learnt to deal with things, no one person can do that forever with everything. I said there are going to be times where you're going to need to like share some of that weight, and even if it's uncomfortable, you've got to do it. I said then otherwise it becomes not only a strain on you and everything else in your life, but our relationship too. And he really values that. He was worried about taking a new position at work because he heard from other people that it took a toll on their marriage or whatever, and he was worried about how it would affect our relationship. So there are things like that I didn't even know about that he had taken into consideration. And I said to him, a lot can be resolved and cleared up just from having a conversation. And I understand it's like hard to find the setting to have those conversations, but we need to learn to have them. And this is the thing that Divine Counterparts are teaching the collective. We're setting an example for the collective, because the things that we're learning, it's not that we're special and we deserve, special relationships and nobody else does. That's absolutely not the case. We have these connections and these relationships so that we can lead by example and set a new trend. Like, when you set a trend, you got to do the thing to set the trend, to put the trend in motion. Even though to my counterparts, relationships shouldn't be a trend. That's not what I'm saying. It's like to get people understanding, like, this is unconditional love. This is what unconditional love is about, and this is what partnership is about. Respect. Because this is how you have long-term happiness. we're the ones that are having to figure out that groundwork and break all those cycles. And you know what, that's such a privilege. I feel like that's such a privilege to be able to have this beautiful thing that we have to learn to grow and nurture. It's like when you look back in history, and this is all coming in, when you look back in history, you see, you know, we'd always talk about how agriculture came to be, how societies came to be, how civilizations came to be, and how they figured things out and how they discovered things. And we always look at it in awe, and we study that. There are going to be studies around how this moment in time where we are now, how the people of this moment in time have set the new standard for what unconditional love is. This is just another this is just a new age, and we are adjusting to that new age and moving forward. Things are cyclical, and things change. Humans change, humans evolve, everything changes and evolves, and we have to change and evolve the way that we live, and the morals and the standards and everything else that goes with it has to change, has to evolve, just like how we do relationships and how we do love. And that's what divine counterparts are here for. So this is what's going on right now in the connection. And I feel like there's been some heavy groundwork that's been laid, and we've really set a really beautiful foundation. Whether you realize it or not, something will happen in the next 3 weeks, I'm hearing. And it'll be something like a seemingly small moment where you will be able to know, okay, the groundwork's done. Now it's time to, I don't know, I'm not an architect or a builder, build the structure. And for a lot of you, the structure was already there, but it was the wrong structure. We've got new foundation. We need a new structure. And let me tell you, with this new foundation, the structure will fall into place. We'll be able to put the structure up much quicker than you think. All right, let's get some animal spirit cards and see what is going on with each respective counterpart, twin flame. So we'll do divine masculine, divine feminine. If you don't really know where you stand, that's cool. Just listen and see where you fit in. See which energy is talking to you. Alright, let's see what's going on with the divine feminines. Where are the divine feminines at energetically? What energy is running the show for the divine feminine? That's literally what I heard. Okay, we've got rabbit and the elk. Now, again, still not familiar with these. I rarely use them. The times that you see me use them are the only times that I use them. But they're both earth signs. So interesting. So I feel like the divine feminines are feeling quite grounded right now. Or they are quite grounded. Rabbit. Ooh. Afraid of everything, overwhelmed and frozen. This is interesting. But it could be, I feel like, and you know, there obviously could be some divine feminines that aren't feeling in balance, and there could be some like me who are starting to really feel like they're in balance. So I'll read all this. We've got when in balance and when out of balance. Sorry, guys. So it says the rabbit loves to remind his friends that someday the eagle will swoop down and eat him. This is as well a card to say, like, really pay attention and be careful with, not be careful, but really be aware and pay attention to what it is that you're speaking about your connection, but about your life as well. He talks and talks and talks about it so loudly, in fact, that one day the eagle hears and thanks him for the great idea. Rabbit energy is alive when we're scared, most often about the future, and we become our own worst enemy. We spin up a dust cloud of fear and then complain to others that we are lost. Isn't that right? Goodness. Notice your thoughts and words. They shape your destiny. So don't worry if like you're not necessarily feeling afraid of everything, overwhelmed or frozen. This is more like, this could just be more pertaining to, you may be able to say like, yeah, okay, I do have a tendency to do this. And this is more like when your vision is clouded, or when you can't see really clearly, you know, and you are a little bit concerned about the future, what you say matters, because that's what's going to shape your future. Okay. I'll bring it back to law of assumption. Your dominant subconscious belief is what you see in your world. So when in balance, when the rabbit is in balance, it's sensitive, and it's a good thing, sensitive, problem solver, and a good listener. When out of balance, it over-explains and talks fast. Interesting to bring into balance a day of silence. All right, now we've got the elk. There. See, this is what I was saying. Stable, resilient, headstrong, the father. So this is like, you guys are stable right now, even though you can't see the future. That's really what I'm getting. You can't see the future. And you might have valid fears or concerns, or, you know, how is this, questions about how the future's going to, you know, play out. But I don't see you guys letting that overtake you, especially because we've got the elk energy. And it's funny because this nearly didn't fall out. So this is like clarifying, hey, this is just the warning, like the heads up, like don't, you're in a good place right now, so that you can remain in that good place and not, you know, lose the momentum. Here is the clarification. The great elk represents the earth element in its masculine form. So you guys are really, so your masculine energy is really, really stable right now. So, and your feminine, and this is the feminine energy of how you can nurture this, what you can do to nurture this masculine energy that's keeping you stable. Isn't that beautiful? So this is where you're at, and in order to maintain that beautiful masculine energy, your feminine energy cannot fall in, like, what your feminine energy can do is stay away from this energy. And the way you do that is just being very wary of the words that you speak into existence and the stories that you tell yourself. This means it provides underlying support and stability amidst life's many changes. An elk personality, whether male or female, is fully established in themselves and knows their core values. They become known and respected for acting in ways that uphold those values. Sometimes the elk's ego can become inflated, but for the most part, they make damn good fathers, mothers, lovers, and friends. The world needs more elk energy. So when in balance, supportive, kind, and consistent. When out of balance, pretentious, high and mighty. Okay? To bring into balance, eat and drink more consciously. Beautiful. All right, let's see what's going on. What energy? What did I say? What was it? What energy is my masculines are in currently? Thank you, Divine Creator. What energy playing out for the Divine Masculines currently? Let's get one more to clarify that, just because I've got two. Beautiful. Really interesting cards. I'm not very familiar with them. So we've got the zebra and the tarantula. And they're both, both fire energy. So isn't it interesting? So the Divine Feminines had both earth energy and the masculines have both fire energy. So this would say, based on the elemental sign, that that they are really action oriented at this time. And I will confirm, I just saw the tarantula energy. I will confirm how this energy is playing out for the masculine. Okay, it's, oh yes, this is Aquarius energy. This is so masculine energy. Eccentric, creative and visionary. Need I say more? Zebras are the most precious of gems. They are young at heart, well-cultured, and have an undying curiosity about life. Being in the company of a zebra personality not only is a delight, but also opens our minds. Be prepared. Their potent magic is contagious, and you may soon find yourself in a faraway land, expanding your worldview while having a blast. Zebras also like to contribute to the global health through environment. This is Aquarius. Environmental or volunteer work. This card may be a hint to pack your bags. So when in balance, worldly, enthusiastic and fashion forward. When out of balance, jaded, pouty and vain. To bring into balance an epic adventure or art. Beautiful. And this would explain why George and I are both feeling very much in balance after last night. We went and saw a concert of a band that we absolutely love. We both love music. We both bond tremendously over music. It's like, it was a really special moment to share. Like, I couldn't stop saying that last night. Now, let me just take a photo of these for him and send it to him because he's just messaged me. I'm going to say, this is your current energy. Let's take one photo. Beautiful. And then beautiful. Sorry guys, thank you. Okay, so the tarantula. Okay, it says at a crossroad, and this was talking about creativity. So they're at a crossroad thinking about something that, and this is that fire energy, that passion, that taking action towards something new. So they're really thinking about the deeper purpose, claiming life's purpose. The tarantula represents a moment when a great decision must be made. It involves prioritizing your life's deeper purpose, or dharma, which is the opposite of karma. So it's like good luck, essentially. A habit or routine from the past is sidetracking you from your dream. A habit or routine from the past is sidetracking you from your dream. That, absolutely insane. I'm going to tell you why. But based on the conversation we had last night. And I love that him and I go through this stuff first, and then I come forward and tell you guys. It's just crazy. Yet a voice inside keeps begging you to refocus your attention. In order to find true happiness, you must choose dharma. Until you do, satisfaction will be fleeting. The tarantula hovers, patient and calm, like an old friend that knows your inner soul. It already knows you'll choose wisely. When in balance, follows intuition. When out of balance, hesitates and over-intellectualizes. To bring into balance, daily journaling. So it really seems like the divine masculines have something in their mind that they can't, like, when it comes to their purpose, that they want to pursue, that they can't get over, they can't stop thinking about. When my masculine and I first met, he's always been really interested in doing real estate. So at the moment he's a department manager at like a local, like a Australian store. And he's always been really interested in real estate. And 2 years ago, he applied to get his real estate license, and he was still working at this job he has now. He wasn't a manager or anything yet. But he really found like it hard to juggle the studying as well as working full time. So he was just sort of like, ugh, I don't know. He sort of just let it go. He felt like, okay, it's not really the right time, but it's still there. Anyway, yet last night in the car on the way home, he told me, he goes, babe, I still can't get real estate out of my mind. I was like, really? That's great. Like, do it. Like, there's nothing wrong with revisiting something. Now, it's been 2 years. Now might be the right time. So this absolutely is speaking to that. So whether you are aware of what your masculine is going through or what this could be for your masculine, the energy speaks for itself. Like it literally, like this is a reading for the collective and it's absolutely reading my situation. So your masculine is about to embark. He's feeling creative, he's feeling energetic, he's feeling like he can't, he's really in his creative energy with the fire energy here. Let's dig a little bit deeper with the tarot. He's really, I'm saying they are really focused on they're really focused on it's almost like they're getting this inkling and it's just getting louder and louder and louder, and it's getting to the point where it can't be ignored anymore. Let's clarify Zebra and the Tarantula. What's going on for masculines? Oh. Okay, that's way too many. I'm just going to take one at a time. Thank you, Spirit. Please, just one at a time. Go in depth in the Tarantula and Zebra energy, please, Spirit. Okay, so focus is becoming a big thing here. It's like they have a lot of momentum behind them, and it's sort of like Spirit saying now's the time. And I think they sort of put a lot of pressure. Yeah, they can streamline to exactly where they want to go when it comes to how they envision like building that security or building that wealth, whatever dream they have of being wealthy, right? We all have dreams of being wealthy. There is a really great okay. Sorry, I'm just having to separate the message from the message that I'm getting from my masculine. Okay, so there is a great opportunity that is coming up based on what it is that they're wanting to do, based on this Zebra and Tarantula energy that is going to be ready for them, that they need to like go now. Like now is the time. Absolutely now is the time, because there is an opportunity based on what it is they're wanting to do that has their name on it. It's divinely guided. They need to sort of like, embark on this thing that they feel that they want to do. They need to sort of lift that curiosity and act upon it. And I think they will. They're manifesting very quickly. And I think some of them might have had a conversation or might have made a decision. Look at this, the Emperor. They're really getting into their masculine energy, their divine masculinity. They might have had a conversation, or they might have thought something. And that thought alone has solidified, because it was sort of like a decision. And they say you decide something and it's yours. As soon as they decide that, yes, they are going to revisit this thing, or yes, they're going to embark on this, or they're going to start this project, boom, the opportunity comes in. We've got the Eight of Cups here, so let's see what they're leaving behind. It's probably what they're already used to, probably what they're already doing. They're leaving behind the fear that's attached to it, the Nine of Swords, because they've leveled up since then. Wow, they've leveled up since then. Ace of Cups. They have a new beginning that is ready and waiting for them. It's actually coming in. And I feel like the energy is going to shift so where they're feeling more like they're desiring that thing more. So it's easier for them to embark on it, if that makes sense. It's like the fear sort of dissipates, and I feel like they realize too that they're in a very different place than they were when they first thought of this thing, or when they first wanted to do this thing. 5 of Swords. What's this 5 of Swords about? Strength. Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, okay. 6 of Pentacles. Okay, so there's going to be a situation where they're not going to have to worry about whether they're going to let anyone down or let themselves down. I feel like the energy is just shifting and changing for them so that they can embark on this. It's like the universe wants them to do this, so they're going to make way for them. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. If you would like to grab a personal reading with me, you can do so by heading to the link in the description box to my website. And if you haven't subscribed, please do give this video a like and follow me on Instagram because I do post more regularly over there. And I will see you in the next video.